back at it. We're in section 7.5, example 2. We're going to apply what we learned in example 1 here about perfect square trinomials. We're going to apply that to example 2. All right, here's our situation. Let me read it to you. The park in the center of the, I have no idea how to say that. It looks like place, but I'm sure it's something fancy like Place des Vosges or something in Paris, France, is in the shape of a square. Stop right there, circle the word square. Okay? What do we know about squares? All sides are equal. Perfect. Okay? That's important information. You should circle that. And just tell yourself, oh, square, all sides are equal. Got it. Now the area of the park, now they gave you the area. Here's the area. Squiggle that. Okay? 25x squared plus 70x plus 49. And that's the area of the park. Now, they give you the unit square feet. Square feet is a unit. Anytime you see any unit, inches squared, centimeters squared, meters squared, feet squared, miles squared, millimeters squared, if any unit is squared, that's automatically a measurement of area every day of the week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all the time, okay? So the unit, the square on the feet, has nothing to do, it's not asking you to square that trinomial. That's the unit that's being squared because it's a measurement of area. All right, the side length of the park is in the form cx plus d, where c and d are whole numbers. Find an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of the park, and then find the perimeter when x is 8 feet. Boy, they used a lot of words to say, factor this trinomial so you can find out how long each side is. Because remember, in a square, all sides are equal. And remember, in a perfect square trinomial, it's a binomial that's been squared. That means a binomial times itself. Side times side. Same side times same side. Okay? So they say all this wordage here, and all they want you to do is factor the trinomial to get this started. Okay, so here's our trinomial. We think it's a perfect square trinomial. It's a square. The understanding is if it's a square, then the area should be a perfect square trinomial area. But let's just double check it. Okay, 25 and x squared are both perfect. 49 is perfect and 49 is positive. So it's looking really good. So we think it's going to be some quantity squared. And we have to figure out what that something is. All right, let's start right here with 25x squared. What did I square to get 25 and x squared? You're right, 5x. Let's go here to 49. What did I square to get 49? If you wrote 7, you are absolutely correct. 70 in the middle, it's positive, so I'm going to write a plus sign here. Beautiful. That looks great. You just factored that trinomial, and it was a perfect square trinomial. Now, you can, I told you on example 1, please be careful and check your answers. Let's just check real quick. 5x, we want to square both the 5 and the x. That's 25x squared. 5x times 7, that's 35x. Double that, that's 70x. And then square the 7, that's 49. So yeah, I know for a fact that I factored this correctly because I checked it. All right, so I factored it. I did that part. Now they want me to find an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of the park. Okay? Now remember, 5x plus 7 squared, that is length times width. So the length is 5x plus 7. And so is the width. That's all that says. I know, if I know one side of a square, and I do, one side is 5x plus 7, then I know all of them. So here's my square. If I know that that's 5x plus 7, then they all are. Okay? So now they want me to find an expression in terms of x for the perimeter. Well, let's remember, what do we know about perimeter? Oh yeah, We got to add up all the sides. Okay, well, what if all the sides are the same? Well, I have 4 sides that all equal 5x plus 7. Why don't we just multiply one side times 4, and that will give me the perimeter. So then the perimeter is 20x plus 28. Okay, so there's the perimeter, and then they want me to actually find the perimeter by plugging the 8 in. Okay, I can do that. 20 times 8 plus 28. Well, what's 20 times 8? 160. And what's 160 plus 28? You're right, it's 188. And there is my official perimeter. That's what they were asking me to find. Are there easier ways to get to that? Sure enough, I totally agree. I think you could have probably just come right here, plugged in your 8. 5 times 8 is 40, and 40 plus 7 is 47, and then just multiply 47 times 7. I think you would have been fine with that. I don't think that would have been a big deal. So anyway, or 47 times 4, because you have 4 sides that have, I don't remember if I said 47 times 7. I apologize if I did. So anyway, there's a couple ways to do that. So the bottom line is they ultimately want perimeter, but you can't find perimeter until you know how long one side of your square is. Then if you know one side, then you know them all. Okay? So, all right, your task. You get to do letter B. This is extra credit. I'm going to give you a point if you can do this one. I want to see you factor that trinomial there, the perfect square trinomial, and then find the perimeter, okay? So, you know, after you factor it, once you get past this point, you do have some other options. So I am looking to see you factor that trinomial and then find me the perimeter right after that. All right, good luck. Bring your questions to class, and I will be checking this tomorrow.